Hello everyone. Welcome back to CloudExpert Solutions AWS Certified AI Practitioner Bootcamp. Today we are diving deep into Amazon Bedrock Guardrail, a powerful feature that lets you control and secure the outputs of your generative AI model. Whether you are a developer, data scientist, or just curious about AI safety, this video will show you how to implement Amazon Bedrock Guardrails effectively. Let's get started. Amazon Bedrock Guardrails allow you to define safety controls for your AI models, ensuring they generate appropriate and compliant responses. You can block harmful content, filter sensitive topics, and even enforce company policies. Think of it as a firewall for your AI model that will keep unwanted outputs in check while allowing safe, useful responses. Here is what makes Amazon Bedrock Guardrails more powerful. And let's review Guardrails' key features. To start with, content filtering. You can block hate speech, violence, or inappropriate content. You can enable either detection or blocking of harmful user inputs and model responses, and you can use a higher filter strength to help improve the filtering of harmful content under each categories. And here you can see either you have an option to configure to none, low, medium, high, and you can configure categories like hate, insult, sexual content, violence, or misconduct. The next is prompt attack filtering. You can enable to detect and block user inputs attempting to override system instructions. And you can also configure to avoid misclassifying system prompts as a prompt attack, and you can ensure that the filters are selectively applied to user inputs. You can also use input tagging. Next is PII redaction. You can automatically mask sensitive information like email, credit card information, US social security numbers, passport numbers, name, or any PII data you want. You can also configure custom policies. You can define your own rules, that is, no medical advices, no legal options, or you can block any particular topic or deny a topic that you don't want your AI model to generate. Amazon Bedrock Guardrail supports multi-model, and it can work with Cloud, Llama 2, Titan, and many more Bedrock models. Last but not least, you have the ability to create multiple guardrails and monitor and analyze user inputs that can violate the guardrails. Now let's review Amazon Bedrock Guardrail in action, and for this we'll log into AWS Management Console and we are going to create an Amazon Bedrock Guardrail and review all the available options. I am at Amazon Bedrock home screen. You can access Amazon Bedrock Guardrail from the left hand side menu under Safeguards. Here is the guardrails. Let's click guardrails. I do not have any Amazon Bedrock Guardrails configured in my demo account, so let's configure together. I'll start with create guardrail. We need one name. Maybe I'll use the name as CS test guardrail. We need one description. Let's use any description. You can give whatever the description you want. I'm going to use test guardrail for CloudExpert Solution AI Practitioner Certification Bootcamp. Here is a message for the blocked prompt. When your AI model will block any prompt, this is the message that you will see. If you want to customize, you can update that message. Also, you can apply the same blocked message for responses. If you want a different response, then you can type that. Now, let's do some customization. Maybe here I am going to write question blocked prompt. And this will be, sorry, the model cannot answer the question. There is a KMS key selection. This is optional. I'm not going to add any tag. Now let's go to next. Here you can configure content filtering, and there are a lot of other options. You can block harmful categories. You can block prompt attacks. You can also add denied topics, word filter, sensitive information, or PII data. and the contextual grounding check. Now let's review one by one. To start with harmful categories, you can toggle this switch and here you go. Here we have all those categories like hate, insult, sexual, violence, misconduct, and you have the option either you can block and detect no action. I am going to block that. And the threshold level by default it is high, but if you want medium, you can configure like that. So based on your requirement, please configure these harmful categories. The next is prompt attack. If you want to prevent prompt attack, then this is the configuration. You have option either you can block or you can detect and take no action. I'm not going to configure the prompt attack. I'll move next. Next is denied topic. Using this button add denied topic, you can configure that. Let's assume that for my AI model, I want to block any topic where user will request travel itinerary. Now let's provide a name as travel itinerary. And we need to use a description, and based on this description, Amazon Bedrock Guardrail will block those topics. I have already written the description before this demo, and I am going to write block any input or output that discuss, request or provides information related to travel itineraries or travel planning. That includes booking, scheduling, destination recommendation or trip arrangement. And I am going to enable that blocking. Now again, you can either detect and take no action or block. I am going to take the blocking and I will confirm. Now you can add more than one denied topic in the same AI model. You can add topic like if you want to block any request related to recipes or food items, you can do that. I'm not going to add more than one denied topic. I'll move next. And then the word filter. If you want to filter any profanity word, you can enable that. Or if you have any custom words or phrases that you want to deny, you can configure that. You can either upload from a local file or you can upload from an S3 bucket. I am going to skip this step and I am going to go to next. Next is add sensitive information, and here you can redact any PII data. Now let's add some PII data. Maybe I'll choose the PII type as US passport number and I want to block. I want to add another one new PII, maybe email address. I want to block. And I want to block credit card or debit card number as well. By this way, you can create as many PII types you want to block. There is also a regex pattern, and here you can add up to 10 regex pattern. If you want that your request or response should not have that regex, you can create that filtering. And next is context grounding check, which will prevent any hallucination. And this configuration, it uses the policy to validate if the model responses are grounded in the reference source or relevant to user's query to filter model hallucination. If you configure this grounding and if you configure those relevance, by this way, you can prevent model hallucination. I don't have that requirement. That is why I am going to click next. And the final step is review and create. Now here I have all the configurations that I have selected. I am good with this. I am going to create this guardrail. Okay, the guardrail has been created. Now let's test the guardrail. I will select one model. Maybe I am going to select Anthropic Haiku. And now let's add a prompt. Can you help me with a travel planning? I want a trip from New York City to New Delhi, India. And here is my user prompt. And now let's run. Here you go. Since we have blocked the topic, it is saying, sorry, the model cannot answer these questions, blocked prompt. Now let's try something else. Maybe I'll ask to write an email for me. And here is the system prompt. Can you write a sample email for me? I want to apply 1 day off from office. Now let's run. Here you go. So now you can see for other topics which is not blocked, it is generating responses. However, if you have configured any block topic, the AI model is going to block that response. And you can test using PII data or even with email IDs, whatever you have configured. We'll go back to our PPT and we'll review the best practices and the use cases of Amazon Bedrock Guardrail. Back to my PPT again. To start with, you can use AWS predefined filters and then you can customize. And why should you do that? Because AWS provides pre-configured filters like hate speech, violence, sexual content. And here the best practice is first you enable AWS default filter for quick protection, and then later you can refine with custom rules based on your industry or based on the activities that your model has detected. The second option is you should deny topics for industry specific restrictions. And why should you do that? Because some topics should never be discussed. For an example, insider trading, illegal activities. And here the best practices is you should block sensitive keywords like confidential, SSN, trade secrets. And as an example, a financial chatbot should block prompts like how to evade taxes. Moving to third best practices, you can enable PII redaction for privacy compliance. Why should you do that? Because there are multiple regulatory compliances like GDPR, HIPAA, CCPA that requires masking personal identifiable information or PII data. And here the best practice is you should redact email, phone numbers, credit card numbers, SSN numbers, passport numbers, or any PII data that your user may use. You can also combine guardrails with prompt engineering. And why should you do that? Because guardrail blocks harmful content, but good prompts guide AI behavior. That is why you should use system prompts like you are a helpful assistant, never provide medical advices. And here the guardrail act as a safety net if the AI still misbehaves. Last but not least, you can monitor and log violations for continuous improvement. And why should you do that? Because new risk emerges over time, that is new slangs or bypass attempts. That is why use AWS CloudWatch logs to track blocked requests and then update your guardrails maybe monthly based on the trends. Since we have reviewed the best practices, now let's review some real-world use cases of Amazon Bedrock. We will start with banking and financial services AI chatbots. Let's assume a problem statement where customer might ask for a fraudulent advice, that is how to scam a bank. For you, the solution is block any financial crime related keywords like money laundering, fake checks, and then redact account numbers, SSN numbers, credit card details. As an example, user can ask, how do I transfer money anonymously? And if you have the guardrail action should block that attempt and it should provide warning like this violates financial regulations. Moving to the next industry, healthcare and medical AI assistant. Here the problem statement could be AI giving unverified medical advices which could be dangerous. And here the solutions are you can block diagnosis and treatment suggestions unless from a verified sources. As an example, if the user asks what is the best treatment for COVID-19, the guardrail action can be configured. It should redirect the user to the cdc.gov website. CDC is a US government website related to any diseases instead of generating an answer for the user. Moving on to our third use case, you can use Amazon Bedrock Guardrail for customer support AI to prevent offensive responses. Here the problem statement could be an angry customer might use abusive languages which can trigger harmful AI replies. As a solution, you can filter profanity, threats, or hate speeches. And here an example could be, let's say user is very mad and they are using some abusive languages. In that case, your guardrail can block those responses and it can show some respectful messages like, let me help you professionally. What is the issue? Even if user is using abusive languages, AI is blocking those and generating a polite message. Moving on to our last but not least, the use case number 4, it could be enterprise AI preventing data leaks. Here the problem statement could be employee might ask accidental leak secrets via AI, and as a solution you can block internal project names or confidential data. Your user might ask with a prompt like summarize the Q2 earnings report before release. In that case, your guardrail action should block and it should alert to compliance team. These are some examples of the use cases, but the possibility is limitless. Please stay tuned and explore other modules from the Bootcamp playlist for a comprehensive understanding of the topics required for the certification. That wraps up this module. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more update, and feel free to drop any question or feedback in the comments. We would love to hear from you. I hope this session helped you gain a deeper understanding and brought you one step closer to your learning goals. Thank you very much for watching and learning with us at CloudExpert Solution. See you in the next module.